percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Okay, Growwild, turn it off before this video gets copyright. Oh, right, watch it off. Hey everybody, Totally Emerald and
I can introduce myself.
Alright, sorry.
And Growwild here.
Today, I'll be telling you guys how I got into JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Yes, I'm cutting straight to the point. I've already made a video on how I got into Bleach, Black Clover, and Pokemon, and so I thought I'd continue the series, and since Stone Ocean is coming out pretty soon being next month, you know, originally I was just gonna do a totally news video on that but I thought I could go bigger than that. So, I have heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures a long time ago, but I thought JoJo was a really stupid name, so I just booked it and didn't like it immediately. I was young, I was a kid. But after watching the first episode, so the first episode of JoJo, I mean, it wasn't anything special. I mean, it was good, but people have always told me Phantom Blood is the weakest point of JoJo, and for good reason. Like, to be fair, it is an 80s manga, and storytelling has evolved a lot since then, so you can't be too hard on it. But all that being said, part 1 was my second least favorite part of JoJo. I'll get back to that in a minute. But the one thing that kept me from ditching the series altogether was one particular scene, and that was when Jonathan got revenge on Dio and beat the ever-living crap out of him. He was like, "You'll pay for that! I'll make you pay!" Then he grabs a knife, but then luckily his dad was there too. Although another thing, Jonathan's dad was like, "Hey, you beat up Dio, you should be punished." Well, I guess both of them were punished, but more Jonathan, since he beat on Dio, even though he was down for the count, he was like crying, and he said, "That's unbefitting for a man."
Well, he is old-fashioned, Emerald.
True. Yeah, but he's a loving father. He just jumped to conclusion, and maybe he didn't see the knife, but who knows. Anyway, the reason that scene in particular kept me from ditching the series, well, I'll tell you guys a story. So a couple years ago, for the past few weeks, I had been going to school and keep bringing my money because I really wanted to get human growth hormones for height. So I kept bringing my money, begging my staff to take me, but they wouldn't take me because it was technically buying drugs, which it's not actually it's not drugs, it was vitamins, but that's besides the point. So I kept bringing my money, and and one day I was really worried that I was gonna lose it when we were going off to PE and we would go off to the park or something. So to be safe, I put it underneath my desk with a giant book over it, and I thought it was completely hidden, but it turns out there was one small piece sticking out. And that one small piece was enough for that kid Pedro to steal it. And I wouldn't have even known it until this kid Andrew Wilson told me Pedro went into my classroom while we were at PE. I tried complaining to my staff, but they were all, "Hey, you're the one who left it in the classroom, this is your consequences." And I was really, really PO'd, and that didn't stop there with Pedro. He kept taunting me, and I just wanted to beat the ever-living crap out of him. And that soon came, because one day I was just talking to Andrew Wilson, and then Pedro came out of nowhere and slapped me across my face and then made a run for it. I chased him after him, and he almost got away. Almost. But then I grabbed his hair and then let out all my anger on Pedro's stupid face. And I was imitating Stewie when he beat up Brian for ditching on his money bet. He wasn't ditching, but anyway, I was all "Where's my money? I'm gonna use you for..."
What, Emerald?
Nope. "Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? You're gonna give me my money? You stole my money? I'm gonna kick your ass!" And so I did. He was all... And after a while, he was bleeding a little, and he was crying. He was all... And he did get one last hit on me, but to be fair, other staff broke us apart, so that was when he got one last clean shot in, but that just made me angry when I still won the fight. I mean, he ran away, stole my money, lied, and he got his ass beaten. He was even bleeding a little. Not a lot, but to be fair, if I had gotten 1, 2 tops more clean hits on him, he would have been bleeding a lot. And I mean a lot. Like this kid Isaac punched me when I was completely off guard right in my nose. And I could really relate to Jonathan when he got revenge on Dio, cause he got revenge on the bully. That's what kept me from ditching JoJo altogether, and I might have hated that moment, and also I did get my money back a year later, but still, so I may have lost $20 at the time. It was a really low point for me, but if that instant never happened, there would have been a good chance I never would have gotten into JoJo altogether. Although, who knows, I might have still tried it. You know, JoJo does have one of my favorite power systems in all of anime, no fiction. And I gotta say, I skimmed through part 1 and it wasn't bad. I mean, it just, like I said, it was outdated. It's a relic of its time. Part 2, what's really got me into it. Joseph is probably my favorite JoJo. I mean, I just love him. I could relate so much. I mean, he was such a trickster. He's not like Jonathan, his grandpa, where he's all, oh, a man should do this. No, Joseph is cunning, sneaky, and dishonest, and cheats. He cheats in life, he cheats in fights, he even cheats on his wife. Yeah, I just relate so much to them. That's another video for now. Oh, and I liked part 3. Jotaro was probably, yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, he is a little overrated, but he's pretty cool. I like him. He's like 3rd place in my favorite JoJos right now. Keep in mind, I had just finished part 5 a couple months ago, so yeah. And then there was part 4, which I gotta say, part 4 was probably my least favorite part of JoJo. I mean, even slightly less than Phantom Blood, so yeah. I mean, I don't know. Josuke, he was okay. I don't hate him. I mean, he's decent, but he's just not my favorite. Plus, the whole slice of life genre. I mean, I like slice of life anime, but it just wasn't that good. Also, in my opinion, I think Yoshikage Kira, I mean, he's pretty cool. I like him. Don't get me wrong, but he is a little overrated. I mean, he's really well written, but personally, I'm more of a fan of Diavolo and Dio. I mean, Diavolo is probably my favorite villain, and I guess then we bring up to part 5, which I gotta say, it's like if you couldn't tell by my shirt, it's my favorite part. Yeah, Giorno's cool, Naranja's cool, probably my favorite of the group, and Bucciarati, he's you know, I would really like to get Bucciarati's outfit. They have a Gucci version of that, which I'm not rich, but who knows? If I ever get $120-ish to spare, I might buy that. Yeah.
Will you buy me one too?
Maybe. Well, there you guys have it. That's how I got into JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and I'm really looking forward to Stone Ocean. I mean, Grand Line Review said it wasn't the best JoJo part in any way, shape, or form. Then again, he did put Diamond is Unbreakable as the 2nd best part, which is my least favorite part, so who knows? I might even like it more than Golden Wind. Maybe. I mean, that's highballing it, but I'm sure I'll like it at least more than Diamond is Unbreakable. Well, that concludes the video, and you know what that means. Well, Pikachu's not here, so you know what to do, Grovile. Yep.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, press that bell icon for more anime and manga content.
That's all, folks.